Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early April 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libras. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here, my guide spirit team. Talk to me. What do we got for these lovely Libras in early April? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Libra in early April. And it's a very special week, my friends. It's my birthday week. April 8th is the day. I just want to let everybody know. So I'm dropping that little nugget in all the videos. See, Aries, Libra, we're across the zodiac from each other. Okay, so the card that came out for you is pretty good. So let's get right into this reading. So we see this Magician. It's very similar to the Magician within the tarot deck. There are some differences with this one. Notice he is doing little tricks, and there's a little illusion connected with this card. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this. So we see this sharp looking gentleman there. He's got the dove. He's doing all sorts of tricks and magical things going on there. So yeah, it could represent like magician energy, like in tarot, where there's manifesting, it's creating, there's a certain magnetism. And I've been picking that up for a couple weeks for Libra, where you guys might have a certain magnetism about you, whether it's drawing situations in or people or manifestations in general. That's a really good thing. So just be very clear and concise about what it is you're trying to pull to you, because now would be a great time to get things started, get things moving. Magician energy can also represent control. So whether it's situations where it's kind of out of your hands, or situations where it's like, you know what, there is something I could do about this. That's a good thing. But the difference with this Magician, I already mentioned it. Magicians use sleight of hand, right? They say, hey, look at this hand while the other one's doing something else. So hopefully there's nothing you're dealing with where there's illusion aspects to it, or like somebody showing you something but doing something different. So I would watch out for people that they say something to your face and the real feelings are hidden. But we're going to leave it at the positive, right? It's all about manifesting. Let's get into tarot. We'll let him chill there. He could keep putting on his little magic show. Let's get your tarot cards going. And yeah, I always say the first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get your 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Libras. What's happening in early April? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Explosive Return. And I will say this, you've had a lot of fire energy around you for like the past several weeks, which can be a little bit predictable. So just know, like during this week, the next couple weeks, because the energy can bleed over, there might be certain things that pop back up. Whether it's people you haven't talked to in a while, whether it's situations where you've dealt with similar things. That seems to have been a theme for a couple weeks, along with this magician type energy. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it is for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for the lovely Libras in early April. What's happening? Thank you. Okay, 6 Pentacles. That's good. That's very much complimentary for a Libra reading. That's for sure, especially with that little scales that he's holding. Even though it's earthy energy, I always link this to your sign. Let's get a couple more. Very giving. Okay, so Pentacles everywhere, right? We got the 2 of Pentacles. So the energy does seem to start stabilizing. That's a good thing. Let's get one more. We'll see what happens. What do we have here? Okay. All right. We have the 5 of Pentacles. So we have this classic Libra energy where it's like, I see the good, I see the challenge. Because that's kind of what's happening here in this spread. And I'm going to explain it to you. There are strong karmic archetypes here as well. So I'm excited to look at this reading because it's different from the other signs I've been filming today. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know, I always look at the elements first. And there's all Pentacles, all earth. That usually resides in the realm of business, work, money, the material aspects of life, family, things like that, possessions. It doesn't only have to be that. It is a slower moving energy. When we see pentacles, it's long-term, long-distance type of energy. So it doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but the thing I'm already finding intriguing is we have two cards that are Earth. They're the only two Earth cards that I connect to Libra, right? Because this guy's doing a balancing act with the pentacles. This person has the scales. So they have karmic archetypes, they have Libra archetypes connected to it. And notice on either side of this too, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is very, very giving, very, very open, super generous. And then here on the side, we have the Five of Pentacles, the complete opposite. So it's like we have the good and we have the challenge. It's like we have a little bit of both showing up here in the middle ground, the gray area. So this is going to be super intriguing. Let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out, though. So position number one, we're starting with the Six of Pentacles, and we see this individual there. There's people, and he's tossing pentacles to him, right? I always say it's very giving, and I'm going to explain to you how this could work with like business, money, and work, but also relationships. This is a card of putting energy into something. Now, if we're talking about money, like I said, it's free flowing, it's easy going. Hey, you need a couple bucks, I got you. Like, it's awesome. I really like it for that. In regards to money, it's very balanced. It's fair. Same thing goes for relationships. When I see this card, it's like, yes, this is something I want to give to. Yes, this is something I want to put energy into. Now, what's the challenge of this card? It can represent things that are off, where it's like, okay, someone's not doing as much as the next, or it's something's off kilter, something's off balance. It's not equal, right? I know a lot of readers say equal give and take. That's important in relationships. This card usually represents that, but the downside of it is like, not really. Someone's doing too much. Someone's doing way more than the next. So we'll have to see what's up with that. I usually also link that card to gift giving, right? I see it a lot in people's birthday season. So when I see the Six of Pentacles, it's like, oh, okay, you might be receiving a gift of some kind. I know your birthday is a while away, but I'm just putting it out there. Moving to the center, we have the Two of Pentacles. Now, this is a beautiful card. All twos in tarot represent decisions, choices, being at a crossroads in life. Do I go left? Do I go right? What do I do? And it's so intriguing to me how it's like we have this lane and then we have that lane. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, you see this person has an infinity symbol, even though he's juggling those pentacles. So this also, along with this, are minor karmic cards. So we definitely want to look at those aspects. Now, super harmonious. This is balanced. It's fair. So there is something here around fairness and doing the right thing. That's like super important. But there's another side to this. Aside from that harmonious aspect, the Two of Pentacles, yeah, it seems balanced. It seems chill, but this person is literally juggling. So sometimes for Libra, this could represent somebody that they're overwhelmed. They're juggling a lot. They're very, very busy. There's a lot of energies coming their way. So in this time, make sure or try your best not to get overwhelmed or to juggle too many things at once when this card is here. That's the challenge side of it. But again, I feel like it's nice, especially with the karmic archetypes. Now, moving on to the back end is where we might see the pressure point in this reading. Because like up here, it's all peachy. Everything's flowery and rainbows and unicorns. I like that energy in the front, but then boom, we got the Five of Pentacles here on the back end. You see those people, it's snowing, it's cold, they're outside of the house. So in regards to money, like you want to watch your money, your financial situation. You're not putting out too much. This could represent issues in work, issues in finance, issues in investment, if we're talking about the money aspect. But it's much harsher when it talks about the interpersonal. This could represent someone that feels isolated. This could represent somebody that feels lonely. This card might show up when you're missing somebody or someone's missing you. So it's pretty much the opposite of everything that's going on here. This card is very giving, giving, giving. Five of Pentacles doesn't have anything to give. In its roughest aspect, it could represent somebody that feels abandoned or they have abandonment issues. There's a solitude with this card. So it's interesting that we have this card here trying to balance both. So for some Libras in this time, whether it's situations from the past or things you're going through in the present, I know you Libras are generally really positive at seeing things from all angles. That's kind of what we're doing here. So there might be certain situations where you're looking at the good parts of it, but you need to be realistic about the challenges too. So I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here for my lovely Libras. Got a very intriguing reading this week. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message. which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Six of Pentacles. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Six of Pentacles time. Talk to me about this giving energy here. What's up? Okay. Okay. This is someone that might be a little more open to something than they previously thought. Where it's like, okay, I'm surprised I'm enjoying this. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. It's giving me a couple things, actually. Now, we do have the King of Swords in reverse. It's one of your power cards, or it could be another air sign. When we see the King of Swords in reverse, to me, it's a little spontaneous. It's not a mean energy. It's actually nice. That's why I'm saying there could be something that like surprises you with how much you like it, or something that surprises you with how open it is. It's like, yeah, no, this energy is very agreeable. I'm surprised things are going so well. I don't know why I'm feeling that. Now, the King of Swords, you know, it's by the book. Everything with this card. In the upright, it's like very strict, by the rules, planned out. In reverse, it's the total opposite. But the other message I could say, aside from enjoying something a little more than you might, or a little more than you thought it would, or something coming in where it's like, wow, I can't believe this is this easy. We can fall into the karmic situations now too. Since this is one of your power cards and we have the Six of Pentacles, this could represent stepping into or being part of a karmic situation. We definitely want to see what's going on with this one next. So whether that's a new cycle opening, a cycle closing off. So it's like we have a lot of stuff going on here in the front. Okay, I do feel for a lot of you this is really good, where it's like this is pleasant. This is surprisingly pleasant. This is surprisingly nice. Like, I'm enjoying this way more than I thought I would. So do with that what you will. We're going to keep going. At least that's where it's starting. Either that or we're at the beginnings of a karmic situation or cycle. Let's see what's up with the Two of Pentacles. Get a better idea. Because I feel like with this reading, especially this week, we need to see the full picture. Not just here. We need the full picture. So let's go in on that too. Let's see why the Two of Pentacles is in the mix for Libra. Why is that Two of Pentacles here? Thank you. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So it's this odd energy in the undercurrent here. Now, usually the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it could be someone that's, you know what, I'm just not speaking, I'm not talking. It's very similar to something I saw in the Gemini reading, where it's like, you know what, I'm just trying to keep the peace. I'm not going to make things worse. I'm just going to be very quiet. So there could be someone, if you've been having communication issues with somebody or someone you haven't heard from in a while, it's like they don't want to stir anything up. That's a big energy here. But I still have to come through and say, watch out for things swinging back around like we saw last week. The Ace of Pentacles and all aces represent new things and new cycles. When it shows up in reverse, this is something that's already gone down. So especially with the karmic cycle, karmic situation that I'm kind of picking up, just beware of those things. If you're dealing with certain situations and it reminds you of things from the past, just know that you probably have the roadmap already to how things might go. So it's like we have karmic energies all over the place. But I still also have this vibe of like, you know what, I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to stir the pot. So that could be advice for some Libras. Listen, I'll never tell anyone to be quiet. You have free will. You could do as you wish. But there could be a situation where it might be better off to observe as opposed to like get hands-on, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of observation happening too. We're going to just keep moving. I mean, it's a complex reading this week. It's okay because life is complex. But let's go in on that Five of Pentacles because, again, I feel like that's the pressure point. That's the challenge. This stuff, we could work with this. We could work with this stuff in the front. Let's see what the Five of Pentacles has, then we'll do our recap. So talk to me about that five. Why is it here for the lovely Libras? What's going on with that five, please? Thank you. More pentacles. So there's just tons and tons of earthy energy here. Now, for some of you, this could just be like, you know what, we just got to go through this process or wait and see. It doesn't feel as pleasant anymore here on the back end. We do have the Seven of Pentacles, which again is a karmic card of reaping what you sow, what you put forth, you get back in return. So just know for some Libras out there, you may be witness, or there could be someone you're connected to where, you know what, The hands of karma are going to swing back around. It does feel like somebody could be getting some karma served up to them. So again, whether it's something you witness directly or something you just hear through the grapevine, it's very possible, because we have every single one of these is touched by karmic archetypes and karma in general. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is waiting. Okay, underneath the Five of Pentacles, it's like, all right, well, not much to do now, but wait and see. Okay, just like we saw here, hands-off approach. So there is this energy pointing towards a more hands-off approach with something where it's like, listen, you just got to get through it, or you just got to wait and see, or there might be something that's out of your hands. It's either that, or you're going to bear witness to someone catching their karma, right? And it's so peculiar because on the front end, it's like, oh yeah, no, that's cool. That's nicer than I thought it would be. I kind of like this. On the back end, it's like, oh, I just got to get through this. I don't like this. Like, this is taking a toll on the back end. So, I mean, we got a mixture, right? And Libras know this well. Life is never so simple, right? And life is never all good. It's never all challenges. Sometimes it's layered, right? Bittersweet would be a good way to put it. But let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card, because although, I mean, they all have similarities this week, which is also peculiar. Tons and tons of earth, which is good for money, but we're also talking big stretches of time. Position number one, we have the Six of Pentacles, very giving, very open, very fair, with the King of Swords in reverse. The two things that made me feel: first, it felt like either a karmic situation starting or a cycle beginning. So keep your eyes, especially about repeating cycles, especially as we move towards the center. But another thing here is being pleasantly surprised by something, or pleasantly open, like, oh, that was nicer than I thought it would be, or I'm enjoying this more than I thought. So like, there might be a pleasant surprise coming in for some of you. Moving to the center, we have the Two of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You might just want to observe various situations you're dealing with right now. Like, don't get super active. Don't get out there and talk to every single person around you. Like, Spirit saying, like, listen, passive approach, just wait and see, watch. But there's also this energy of something coming back around again, like we saw last week. So karmic cycles repeating. So if what you're dealing with now is similar to things you've dealt with in the past, there might be a lesson to still pluck from that. Moving to the back end, we do have the Five of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles. And this one is the heaviest, right? Because either it's a situation where it's like, time will fix it. You just got to get through it. You just got to bide your time. It's not saying you need to get fiery and active and fight against something. It's like you might just need to bide your time for whatever reason. But I also feel that you might bear witness to somebody getting the karma they deserve. Okay, and I don't say that lightly. So there's heavy energies, there's light energies, mixed bag this week, Libra. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What's happening for my lovely Libras? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be really good too. Let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for my lovely Libras? Thank you. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups, very smooth. If you're connected to a water sign, they could be showing up in the energy. This is seen as a very positive card, okay? Especially, like, even if you're not connected to a water sign, it's silky, flowing, easy-going type of energy. This is great around creativity. So for a lot of Libras, you might need some sort of outlet. If you're dealing with any heavy energies or karmic energies, Spirit could ask you to find some sort of creative outlet when the Knight of Cups is here. But this is also a card that ties to love, romance, things and people we care very deeply for. So for some Libras out there, there might just be an energy you are still pretty strongly connected to. Even if it doesn't seem like that in the physical right now, the energetic imprint is still there. I don't know why that's coming through, but that's a message I have. There's still an energetic imprint of someone, possibly, for a portion of you. So we're just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to say if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but Libra, that's what I have. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the April subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little further insight into your situation, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The April calendar is up, so feel free to go check it out and book. But for the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies, not 2, of one of my favorite decks of all time, the Gilded Tarot Royale. It's a gorgeous deck and it works fantastic. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you could pick one tarot card to best describe you, which one would it be? Are you the Empress? Are you the High Priestess? Are you the Emperor, the Moon, the Sun? You put your answer down in the comments, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.